Industry and Tourism in Lagos, Mr. Phillips Aivoji. I guess I got that name correctly. Mr. Phillips, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
We have Dr. Benson and Enikuomehin right here in the studio, and we have a barrister Deji Olaleye also here in the studio. Mr. Phillips. All right, Mr. Phillips, happy.
It's nice to have you, Mr. Phillips.
Mr. Phillips, happy Democracy Day to you.
Happy June 12th and Democracy Day to you all.
First, let me ask you, what does June 12th mean to you?
Well, to me, June 12th was it mean that we all came out in defense of democracy, and Abiola was a symbol. We supported him. At the end of the day, he paid the supreme sacrifice. That is why we remember those who struggled. Most of us struggled, even at school. The entire nation went through pain, went through so many difficulties for us to have democracy. But today, are we really practicing true democracy? That is my question. Are we really following the tenets and what Abiola died for? Are we not just playing lip service to all the sacrifice made by Abiola, his family, and every one of us during the time of June 12th?
Interesting. Also, sometimes we kind of wonder and imagine, well, the president has postponed or canceled the presidential speech, democracy speech. But does that signal anything to the PDP or even to you in person?
To me, what speech is he going to give different from what we've been hearing? When there's no true democracy, when the country, everything is lopsided, upside down, when the parties are not doing what they should do, when they are all planning to have a one-party state, and when all the parties, even the governors, are not focused, the government is not focused about what to do, how to ameliorate the suffering of the people. All they are thinking about the 2027 election to win people, to force people against their will, using military, using forces, using judiciary. What else do we expect? So unless and until we go back to the basics and do what is right, Nigeria will continue to wallow in pain.
What are the basics you're talking about? What basics?
Number one, when you are talking of democracy, you must put on board the platform which democracy will strive. When Goodluck was there, he brought in Ways, the former chief judge of the Federation, and some committee to make any election that will come out transparent, devoid of the political power to change the what the result is because of what we experienced during June 12 days. And today, the way there's nobody is talking about electoral reform in the first instance. Look at how the 2023 election went. Is that true democracy? Is that how we are going to continue? There's nobody that is talking about electoral reform where you bring independent people to choose who will lead the electoral committee, to be unbiased umpire. If we cannot start from that basis, then we are all deceiving ourselves. And there's no truth in what we are doing. So to me, when the right things are not done, we are just paying lip service to Democracy Day, the sacrifice of Abiola. every 4 years, every cycle of election, you hear APC blaming past administration. And the former president before
to ask is this: are the people getting benefits from the government which is supposed to be theirs? Again, you will ask further questions. Do the people participate in forming this government which they claim is for the people? And that was why earlier I postulated that right from the internal party mechanism, that is the party internal democracy, the parties must follow whatever it is put down in their constitution and follow it to the letter. And this will dovetail into the general election. One of the areas that people clamor for, and for which I agree with the chairman of PDP, is that election must be free and fair. We were already moving up by the time Professor Jega took over the management of the affairs of the national election, the Independent Electoral Commission. We have thought that that progression will go. But what we are seeing now is a dissent from that particular procedure, and that is sad enough. So if people do not have confidence in the electoral system, it will mean that whatever outcome that comes from it is what will make a person like the gentleman that called that said Nigeria is a scam. Nigeria is never a scam. But you see, when you are frustrated, you will say anything that comes to your mind and which makes you to be angry. I think if there's any legacy this administration should leave behind, it is not just winning the election. It is ensuring that things are properly put in place, particularly our electoral system, that it is well organized and the persons who are the helms of affairs are not members of political parties who are just playing smoke screen at the helm of affairs. They must do it rightly. Whoever emerges as the winner will be seen as the true representative for the people, and not just that people just do what they like and you get to power and you do what you like. But I want to make a quick comment before I depart. And that is the comment about making Nigeria a one-party state.
All right.
Let nobody fool himself. The opposition, with greatest respect to them, appears not to be serious. You see, in my house...
That's a challenge to Mr. Chairman.
Very well, very well. I know him too well.
Mr. Chairman, can you hear me?
I know the chairman too well, and he knows me very well. Okay. I know him. That's the challenge. In my house, if I prepare food for my children to eat, I don't expect them to go outside and be eating rubbish. What has APC got to offer the people that are decamping? A whole chief executive of a state leaving the party to go and do what? One of my mentors said he was asked to go and do servant, to go and do his master's degree. He was doing well in his legal practice. He now asked question, when I finish master's degree, am I to do servant's degree? If you are doing well in your state as a governor, why will you go? That is why the PDP needs to put its house in order. When the head of a fish is rotting, you can immediately say that other parts of the fish have issues. Therefore, let them know the government in power, we want to harvest as many as possible. If APC is preparing jollof rice for its member, you prepare fried rice for your own member. They will stay.
What if they don't like fried rice?
Oh no, if they don't like rice, make a bar available for them. They will swallow it. So let the internal democracy of the PDP be, and I commend Chief Olabode George for the role he's playing within the party, talking to who is who. This is not the way we started. You may be small. There was a time ACN or AC had only one state in Nigeria, Lagos. They gather themselves together. PDP has more than enough. What has APC offered us? They should put their house in order. Talk to themselves. Except if members of the National Working Committee are people put in place by APC. If their members of National Committee are not working for APC, they should sit down together, marshal the points, and they will see that they will perform. Therefore, nobody should complain about APC harvesting their members. It is their duty to go and harvest. It is their duty to go and seek for them. It is your duty to resist.
So you're supporting the APC for what they are doing?
APC should do that. It is the duty of APC to go and harvest. It is the duty of PDP member to say no.
Okay.
You are married, I'm married. It is the duty of a man to approach you to leave your wife. It's your duty to say, no, I'm not leaving my wife. I will stay in my house because my house is good. PDP has ruled this country for 16 years. Yes. They have some legacies. They did some good job, which we are seeing now. They should hold on to it. They shouldn't be running etasketa like children that don't have father. They should stay in their own house. If they do, Nigerians will believe them.
All right, Mr. Phillips, do you want to comment on that?
Yes, I want to comment. I thank you for bringing this topic on. I want to ask, is it my friend Enikuomehin that is talking?
I am the one. I am the one. By Mr. Benson
Enikuomehin. If he's the one that is talking, you know how we've been struggling in this party to make things work. And he knows also that he was once a member of this party.
I have not left.
I believe he understands very well what we are passing through. This lack of internal democracy did not just start now. It started long ago, and it increases up to where it is now. And we are all aware of what is happening even at the national level and in our party. So it is not those who are in authority alone that can right the wrong. Every one of us, he too has his role to play. I mean, my friend Enikuomehin, he has his role to play. He has to come on board and advise and give support to those of us who are the front burner of the. We will do what we can at our own level. I'm in the state level now. I cannot hold forth for those who are at the national level. We know that so many things got wrong right from the National Working Committee, and it affects, it permeates down to the state level. So when you don't have material to work with, when you don't have support where the support should come from the business, what you do is to maintain your integrity and speak the truth, which we are saying. We cannot do more than maintain our integrity and teach those who are coming the tenets of democracy, how democracy can work, and we will not join those who are just bandwagon. He mentioned the point that some governors are leaving their party. You wonder what type of person are they? Do they have integrity? Are they honest to their people? Or they just came into power to grab and to manipulate the system? So what the bottom line is about Nigerians, what type of people, what type of mental habit do we have, what type of attitude do we have as a people before we even get into politics? Because it's what we are made of. You can't give what you don't have. Look at we are all clamoring for you to take over. If you give young person, look at those governors that are just defecting now. Are they up to 70 years? Most of them are at 50 and above. Look at the way they are behaving, as if they don't have recourse to honesty anymore. The tenets of democracy, they don't care. They just behave the way. So my own take is beyond political parties, because parties will come and go. Every one of us should take the destiny into our hand and continue to speak the truth wherever we are, whether we are a member of a political party or not. That is why one major thing that we have fed the entire nation, the democracy that we are talking about, the fabrics, or even the economy, everything to strive, is the fairness and the system of the umpire who we take care of the electionary system of the country, which we have mentioned. So if that can be taken care of, if all Nigerians can stand up that this must be the first thing to be done by this administration, it is bound to, the administration is bound to listen and do what is right. And I commend some of the people who are already talking on this line that there should the forthcoming election to be free and fair. For it to be free and fair, you have to do the right thing. That's the right thing we are talking about. I commend others who are standing by and working together to see that Nigeria move. If we are talking of partisan, by one party is the ruling party want to take over the other party. That is not the major issue now. How can the ruling party do what is right, make the system free and fair, make it work, and make the less privileged have hope in what they are doing, that their tomorrow will be better? That is what we are talking about.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much for everything you've said this morning. But quickly, before we let you go, because we understand your busy schedule right now, let's talk about the commitment to the rule of law. It's a Democracy Day. And before Dr. Benson just had to quickly just chip in that comment on the PDP, how will you describe the commitment, the rule of law by this administration? You think they've been transparent enough?
They are not. They are not transparent enough.
Is there anything PDP will have done better?
Yeah, you have seen. We have all seen PDP when PDP was on board. You saw we saw so many things that was put to place. We took over from military when the country was at the lowest ebb, and they brought up EFCC and other institutions. Now the system is not even thinking of building those institutions. They destroyed the institution and made themselves the institution, and they made themselves alpha and omega of the country, that whatever they say holds. They destroyed the institution and make themselves the only authority, which is not right. So when the government, gone are the days when the government does make pronouncements, you know that they are speaking the truth. But today, government will speak one thing today, tomorrow they will change because of the incoming election, because they want to bring some people on board to their party, and so that is not how to lead a nation.
Okay, thank you.
We are not leading the nation based on political party. We are leading the nation based on the future we want to build for upcoming generation.
That's a note. The future we want to build for upcoming generation. Let's go to the phone lines now. Nigerians, you can be part of this Democracy Day special right here. Call us on 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Or call the other line 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. What's the name and where are you calling from?
My name is Deji, calling from Lagos State.
Enrique from Lagos State.
Derek.
Okay, Derek, please go ahead with your comment.
So my comment is, those who during election, those people will come, I'm from PDP, I'm from APC. They will come and be fooling on us. At the end of the day, they can't fulfill their promise. They say that if you make me the president of Nigeria, I will do this, I will do that. At the end of the day, we don't give them our vote. We don't give them our support. They can't deliver what they promise us to do. Come to Lagos now. If you look in Lagos, there are many youths suffering up and down, running from one location to another. Could you imagine someone that finishes HND, NDDC level is doing security work in Lagos? Yeah, all those kind of things going on in Nigeria. Let them know that. Let them know that. Let them forget about party. After the party, let us unite together and do what is right. Forget about I'm from APC. Forget about I'm from PDP.
Thank you very much. Yes, that's let us unite together. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Can you please turn down the volume on your radio set so we can hear you properly, please?
Hello, good morning.
Yeah. Oh, please, so we can still hear yourself. Okay, go ahead. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Marcus.
Your name is what? Hello? Okay.
Marcus.
Marcus from where?
I'm from Ojo.
Okay, Marcus, can you please turn down the volume on your radio set or just put it off?
Okay, my name is Marcus. Can you hear?
Okay, I'm sorry, we have to let you go. We can't hear you properly. Please turn down the volume on your radio set before you call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, call the other line. Nigerian Lagos 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. All right, Moses, can you please turn down the volume on your radio set, please?
Completely off.
All right, happy Democracy Day to you. Please go ahead.
I would have wished you the same, but there's nothing to be happy. There's nothing to be happy about, apparently. Why I say there's nothing to be happy about it? At this age of our life, at this age and time, considering the resources that God has blessed us with as a country, government has never had. If at this point in time I'm scared of driving my car when it's rains in Nigeria, at this point in time I will have to still be shouting up NEPA. In 2025, when countries are thinking of taking their citizens to other planets, I think there is nothing to even wish anybody happy democracy. Honestly, I think independence was there. We're not ripe enough for independence when we adopted it or when we moved for independence. Because if the white had managed the country to the level to which they would leave it for the brain-dead politicians we have, the greedy politicians we have, I don't think we will be where we are at this point. Why will you go to university after spending 5 years in the university? That is when you will not come out and start learning work from somebody who never attended school. Apart from studying medicine and nursing in this country, which course can we study that can actually give us a job after spending 5 years in primary school, 6 years in the secondary school, 4 years in university? So to me, our politicians are just greedy. That's just the length and breadth of this whole story and this talk and bring. They are just too greedy.
Okay, thank you very much for your comment.
What's happening in Nigeria?
Thank you very much.
We're talking about democracy.
Thank
the
you.
worst system of government we have ever adopted is democracy.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's keep it short and simple so we can accommodate more calls, right? Yeah, that's his comment. Well, Barrister, quickly, we have a Barrister Deji Olaleye also right here in the studio. Barrister, just like our caller just said, do you think or will you agree that we are not ripe yet for democracy?
It's not that we are not right for democracy. There's no other alternative to democracy, really. Democracy is the best form of governance that had been evolved
No,
by mankind.
Probably, I guess what we're saying
No.
is at the time,
He was talking about independence.
Yes.
That maybe we hastily requested for independence.
Yes, independence.
Meaning that if the white people are still being in charge of Nigeria, many Nigerians have that opinion, that if the white people had been the one running the country, that the level of development, the rate of development will have been optimal. But I don't subscribe to that, because independence, freedom, and liberty, it has no price. It's invaluable. Is invaluable. And of course, notwithstanding that there is not much development, the fact that we are still in charge of our lives, not some foreigners dictating to us, it's a thing that we need to cherish as a nation.
All right, thank you very much for that. Mr. Phillips, do you want to comment on that? The fact that we probably hasten up on independence. Do you agree with that?
I don't agree with that. There's no point saying we hasten up. In fact, what they did at independence is very commendable.
Yeah.
And the people who were at the forefront of bringing independence, they tried their best. And we are supposed to improve on what they have done. But the problem we have in the present crop of leaders in this country is that they are not ready to improve on the existing institution or structure that is in place. They are just greedy, just as one of them said, just greedy. They want to acquire everything unto themselves, and they made the electoral system such that if you don't have billions, you cannot contest. So they have shortchanged all Nigerians to take part in democracy. Democracy is not left for them and their family because they have acquired the billions that the Nigeria need to use to improve on their needs and the system generally. So that is the problem we have. And until this greed is taken out of the mindset of Nigerian, because if we don't start to think positively, we continue to make a mess of ourselves. It is not the party, the name of the party, or the name of whether this is this, but the members of the party. They are the problems that we have. And how many people can stand
including you? You are also a member of a party. You remember?
Yeah, that is why I choose to stand tall. I stand tall, and I choose to be different.
How different is PDP? How different are you in this course?
In this course, why I'm saying I choose to be different, you can see people going and beg the ruling party. For what reason will you leave your party that you have been nurturing for years? You believe in the ideals. That is why you came to the party voluntarily. Nobody forced you. And you are given the position to lead the people who are right. Instead of leading the people, you are abandoning that place that have given you that leverage to lead them. You abandon them because of. So those are the type of crop of politicians that Nigeria, the society should take note of.
Before I let you go, Mr. Phillips, are you saying right now that if the APC puts a juicy offer on your table, you will think about it?
God forbid.
Probably. Remember, you were also a former commissioner in the state.
It is rather a poison, yes. When I serve as a commissioner, my what I did is there for everyone to see. And those who know me when I was a commissioner and when I was a local government chairman, they know that greed is not part of my life, and I will never be party to it. That is why I choose to be a follower of Christ, and I will remain a follower of Christ to the end. I will not deviate.
Okay.
So no offer that can be given to me when I know the truth. When I know the truth will set me free.
What truth is that?
I will now go to my vomit or do what I know will destroy lives.
What truth are you talking about?
Destinies of people are in leaders' hand, and the blood of these people are in their hands. So until they think rightly and do what is right, they will surely face the wrath of God.
All right, thank you very much, Chairman, the People's Democratic Party, Lagos State, and also former Commissioner of Commerce, Industry, and Tourism in Lagos State, Philip Aivoji. Thank you very much for your time on the show this morning, a special Democracy Day broadcast.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's quickly also come back to the studio or go to the phone lines and talk more in all of this conversation right here. You can call us 0705 690 0927. 0705 690 0927. Or call the other line 0802 502 7711. 0802 502 7711. You can also send us a message via this number 0705 6900 927. 0705 6900 927. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Marcus. I'm coming from Ojo.
Marcus from
Ojo, Lagos State.
All right, Marcus, please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. What I want to contribute to this issue of Nigeria democracy is this. You see, Nigerian democracy, they are just doing this thing for certain Nigerians. The country have lived this country for 7 years. Nigeria has not been this way. Government promising today they will fail. We are not doing things possible. So Nigeria doesn't need votes. Because Nigerians today, they are decamping from APC to PDP. They are the same people. So they are not different. People who are up to 40 years, 70 years, 80 years, they remain in government. How will they know the condition of the youth to move on with the country? When Nigeria was Nigeria, those days of the military, people that rule Nigeria, they were 42, for 30-something to 50. So today, democracy, so they look at the Nigerian crisis, look at the Nigerian economies. The president will come in, say blah, 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 nothing is done. All the promises, nothing. And at the end of it now, there was people who turn up for election. Who are we voting for? People who are voting for the government of their pocket, government of their family.
All right, thank you.
They don't care about democracy.
Okay,
so it's painful.
Very painful. Say thank you very much for that. And now joining us live to discuss this further also is the chairman of the Nigerian Labour Congress in Lagos State, Comrade Fumi Sasi. Comrade, good morning and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning and good morning to all Nigerians. I'm using this medium to, wish us a happy Democracy Day. Okay,
yes, thank you very much. Comrade, let me come to you straight. I mean, what does democracy really mean to you? What does this day mean to you? And also to the labor
by
unions.
Definition, democracy means the democratic dispensation, the rule by the people and for the people. Just manage that definition. Is yes, it means that the people, they made their choice through electoral process, choosing who to lead them, who to be in the gap as the leader through democratic process. And it will involve the people's participation in democracy.
And also, how does...
when you allow people...
Okay, please go ahead. I thought you were already rounded up. Please go ahead.
Well, when you allow the voices of the people to count, when the voices of the electorate matters, when you put all their, issues into considerations through the electoral, process. We talk about the National Assembly. We talk about the Senate taking, appropriate process and decisions that will affect the people in a positive way if we are doing it right in the country. That's how it's supposed to be.
So the labor unions, are they doing it right, or are we doing it right?
Well, in Nigeria, I think something is wrong. Something is wrong with us. The successive governments and currently, the current administration, they are trying to mop up all the past mistakes, and Nigerians are also watching with keen interest to ensure that this administration too, they don't also go down. They don't go down like the past or successive administration. It's so sad when you look at how many years Nigeria has gained independence. 60-something years, about 65 years now. And yet we are still crawling. We are not even on our feet. We are not even taking the step. We are still crawling.
But some Nigerians will point fingers at the NLC, saying that NLC has not fight enough for Nigerians. How do you react to such a comment or statement?
Well, I won't blame Nigerians because they also need to vent their annoyance and their anger on some set of people. But it's not only NLC that should take the blame. It's every one of us. Nigerians generally should take the blame. Gbogbo wa la lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ, gbogbo wa la lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ. Bí Nigeria ṣe bàjẹ́, gbogbo wa la lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ. How can somebody that bought a goods for 100 naira, at the end of the day, you sold it for 500 naira, and you are now blaming NLC? You are, unjustly making excessive gain on Nigerians, and you are blaming NLC. How can we talk about the religious people who are hoodwinking people, using the name of God to hoodwink Nigerians?
All right, comrade, let me just
quickly...
How
do you now put the blame on NLC?
Let me hold you there, comrade. Let's quickly pick this.
How do we talk about politicians that are corruptly enriching themselves, and then you put the blame on NLC? NLC should not be the one that will take...
Earlier on the show, we had the chairman of the PDP, Lagos State, who also made a comment on democracy and also political parties in Nigeria. Well, I have a caller. Okay, we missed that call. Barrister Deji, we have Barrister Deji also in the studio. Barrister Deji, you had the NLC chairman in Lagos, Comrade Fumi Sessia, says all of us have a hand in this crisis or in all of this menace going on in Nigeria. Do you agree with that?
No, not all of us. Some of us don't have any participation in the mess that is called Nigeria, and some of us don't want to have any participation in it. It's not everybody that is responsible for the plight of this nation, and
who are responsible?
What?
Who are then responsible?
Of course, those in government, those to whom we have entrusted our lives. They are the one responsible for this crisis. Nigerians are very easy people to rule if you do the right thing, and you will get the feedback from them. But if you are doing the wrong thing and you are blaming Nigerians like they are doing, go and look at all their propagandas, like the Nigerian National Orientation Movement, for instance. All the things they are running on TVs, on radios, all those jingles, as if Nigerians are the problem. When the leaders, they have not run any particular jingle on the leadership of this country that has taken Nigerians for a ride. I think the National Orientation Movement should now focus their attention on the people in government and their attitude, not on Nigerians. Nigerians are tired of these governments, all these governments that have no goal, no objective. Okay, now we are celebrating Democracy Day. Should it not be celebrated by those in government? They can't celebrate because they have nothing to celebrate. In the last 2 years, their performance has been abysmal. So there is nothing to tell the nation. They know that anything they tell us today will be a lie. That's why they can't even address the nation.
Okay, Comrade Fumi Sessi, is there a lot to celebrate? Do you agree with Barrister here that there is nothing to celebrate in this democracy journey now?
Well, I will differ a little bit from his own submission because we cannot see it the same way. The reason why I said all of us are involved is because we have waited so long and we continue, to do the blame game. If we continue to do the blame game, what happens to the successive administration? What happened when we saw that Nigerians being in pain that were inflicted on us by those in government? What happened when Emefiele shut the banks against our own money in the bank? It was the same NLC that people are castigating that stood up for the people. NLC came up and then the game changed. All the corruption that the past leaders they are doing, when was it that Nigerians they stand firm against corruption? If NSC come out now and say that Nigerians, we are ready, let's liberate ourselves, let's go for 3 days action, the same Nigeria will tell NSC that no, it's not NSC that is feeding us. I want to go and sell my market. If I don't go out in a day, I cannot stay. All those times, we've been divided. We have been divided and are involved because if you are tired of this, let's take example of all the countries where they, seem to be tired of their government and then they know the right thing to do. Right. But let me tell you, to be sincere with ourselves, we know the right thing, that this administration, they met a mess in the government. Tinubu virtually met an empty treasury when he took over and is now mopping up all those mess. So don't let us, try to, because of differences in political parties or because of differences in ethnicity, don't let us play all those games. Let us face the fact and say it the way it is. There was nothing to celebrate because there was nothing that was met in the treasury. They're only trying now to revive Nigeria.
Okay, but we're really out of time right now.
Can I just say one or two things about the comment?
Yes. Maybe just 10 seconds.
Yes. It's unfortunate that people keep justifying this government and trying to create the narrative that they met an empty treasury. The condition was bad. Truly speaking, Buhari didn't do well. But Buhari is a hero compared with this present government. They have made Buhari a hero because of the abysmal performance of this government. So nobody should come and give us narrative that they mess everything messed up. Is that why they are still messing it up?
All right, that's a very big question there. Well, gentlemen, also Comrade Fumi Sasi, the chairman of NLC in Lagos State. Thank you very much for your time.
Can I also make a final parting word?
Okay, quickly, just 10 seconds.
Okay, Comrade. Let me tell Nigerians that there is hope for Nigeria to rise again.
Definitely.
Let us ensure that all of us are vigilant. Let us continue. When they are doing it right, we applaud. When they are doing it wrong, we criticize. And we reset, all the shapes so that we can have a Nigeria of our dream. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade Fumi Sasi, the chairman of NLC in Lagos State. And also, Barrister Deji Olaleye, lawyer, a university lecturer and public affairs analyst. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on your program.